guys, what's going on? Welcome to Sunday Night Charts with Jim of All Trades. Good to see you. My name is Jim. I'm a crypto trader here to help you understand the market from an Elliott Wave theory perspective. What's going on, guys? How's it going? Happy Sunday to you. It is March the 1st, guys. Brand new month. We had a close of a month. We'll look at the monthly candles and get an overview of this market. I think there's an epic, potentially epic dump coming that's going to be followed by a pump. It's going to be pretty awesome if this count that I'm seeing on the screen on the chart is what I think it is. We'll see if it is. I'll offer an idea to you, and we'll show you what the invalidation of that is. Guys, don't mistake anything I say tonight as financial advice. I would never give you financial advice. I'm not a financial advisor. I'm just a guy here in the state of misery. I live in the state of misery, guys, or Missouri as they say it around here. But yeah, I live here, and I'm just telling you what I see on the chart. So I got thoughts and opinions based on my Elliott Wave ideas. So yeah, let me share them with you. All right, guys. Well, let me say hi to everybody that said hi to me. What's up, Maximus? Good to see you, dude. How you been, bud? So glad to see you, man. Glad you stopped by the channel tonight. Missed you, buddy. Hope you're well. What's up, Jeff Star? Mr. Star? Jeff Star? What's up, man? Hey, Alex. Good to see you, man. How are you doing? And there's Keith. Yeah, it's time for Moonboy count. Guys, I am bullish. Hey, Crypto Fever. Hey, Jay. I hope you're well, man. Good to see you. And there's Crypto Pakistan, big fan. Oh, big fan. Well, thanks, man. Maybe you start the Jim of All Trades fan club, man. Oh, you got twin girls on the way. Congratulations, Max. Oh, dude. I need to make it over there and see you one of these days. I've always wanted to get over there. I will do it. Mark my words, I will get to Aussie one day. We'll have a blast. You take me surfing, man. What's up, S. Joe Coco? Good to see you. How you doing? Can you show the time interval on the x-axis too? Yeah, I don't know. I don't think so. But that's a good question, man. I don't think so. I don't know, because time is measured linearly, not vertically. So I don't think so, man. All right, guys. Well, let me show you what I'm seeing in the chart, and we'll see what's going on with this wave structure right down here. What is going on with it? I think there's a chance here, guys. There's a chance we're gonna dump and take this low out. 56K range is a possibility. Let me show you what I'm seeing here, guys. So overall, in the wave structure that I'm seeing here, I'm looking at this as 3 down, 3 up. Oh, come on. 5 down. Let me get that off the screen. There we go. Right there. Well, and we got 5. We have 5. Okay, we got 1. C wave needs 5 waves. So you got 1, 2. This could be 3, 4, and 5. Okay. So that's makes sense. We could have hit bottom here, but there's a chance. There's a chance. This 5th wave right here might need one more hit to the low. Okay, so we got 1, 2, 3. This is 4, looking for 5. Okay. Now, I think this could be 4 right here, looking for 5. Now, what could 5 be? Well, it could be an ending diag, and that's the thought. That's an idea. Oh, you're asking me to get the time on the screen? Yeah, I can get that on the screen for you. Let me see if I can adjust it here real quick. Hold on a second. Let me see if I can adjust it just a little bit for you. What if I did this? How's that? That shifts it just a little bit. Does that do it for you, man? What do you think, Mr. Estrio Coco? Now, what I'm looking at here, this is a potential ending diag. Now, ending diag, you're going to have a lot of overlap, and you're going to have a lot of three waves. So we're going to call that 1, 2, 3, 4. Now looking for 5, and that fifth wave needs 3 waves, and so this is looking pretty decent here. Looking pretty decent. I would expect if this is right, if this is that we could get hit something like that. And that's going to be ending diag, finishing out this wave, retesting this low, hitting 56K range, and then boom, there we start moving to the upside. Okay. Now it may not happen as fast as I've drawn it, but there's a real possibility, guys. For that's my number one idea for this wave structure. Looking at this as an ending diag in a possibility. Okay. So that's the way I'm thinking about it. That's at least one idea. But what that's going to do, that's going to set us up, guys. It's going to set us up on the higher time frame here for the beginning stages of an ABC back to the upside. So we would need a 3-wave move. It doesn't have to look like that. Okay, I'm just drawing 3 waves. That's the traditional 3-wave shape, right? But that shape can take a million different shapes. In other words, you get the A wave usually pretty quick, and then the B wave takes forever. Okay, could take 6 months to a year. Then C goes really fast. So you get the A wave gets a boom, and then they stay in this range forever, and then it goes back up, and then boom, comes right on back down. Okay. So in other words, now I drew that to $10,000. That's probably not the case there, but you get the idea here, guys, that we're looking for a larger on the higher time frame. We're looking for a larger 3 wave. So I'm looking at the overall structure from the beginning as a leading diagonal. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and looking for 3 waves. Now this is very simplistic, and we have to understand that things take a lot more. It gets how do you say it? It gets a lot more complex, right? And this is where the complexity is going to happen, right here. We're getting ready to come into some complexity. However, I think the market is prepping for a nice little trade, a dump followed by a pump. Now we don't have to get the dump. We could just get the pump. Okay, we'll talk about that contingency in just a minute. But the point is that we are. Yeah, it would have to be somewhere else. Sorry. My wife brought me some deviled eggs. Yeah, put it on a plate or something. Okay. That'd be cool. Thanks. What was I saying? I forgot what I was saying. Dag on it. Oh, I don't know what I was saying, guys. Somebody remind me the last sentence I was just saying. I don't even know what I was saying, guys. Oh, the B wave. The B waves happens. Yeah. Could get a pump. Don't have to get the dump. This is where it's going to get complex in here, and it's going to take a while. Okay, so I know what's going to happen. Basically, we've had this move to the downside. Now, what needs to happen is we need to work this range. In other words, we need to give the bulls what they need to see, and then we need to give the bears what they need to see, and then mess around in here to give both sides what they're looking for. Okay, thanks. So this is where all the complexity happens, right in there. Okay, and this could be months and months of price action right there. Okay, and that's what we're in for. But the dump, we could get a dump here first, then boom, it comes back up, and we get a quick A wave. Okay, it'll kind of look like a flat. Everybody will be looking for more down. You'll get an initial move down, and then it just won't resolve. It'll just stay in here for a long time. You see that right there? That's the kind of price action we're looking for. Okay, that's the kind of price action we're going to be seeing in this range. That's coming. But that's coming, guys. We got all kinds of time for that. So where are we? If I made it real simple Sunday night charts tonight, I would basically say, guys, what we're getting ready to head into more than likely is this wave is about finished. If I had to guess, this wave is about done. Okay. This move from there to there is about finished. We are in the final stages that we could hit the low like I've talked about and then bounce back up. We don't have to hit that low. I'll show you some different ideas, but we're going to play around here at the bottom. But this is an area where, can we just mark it right down? Can we mark it down so everybody knows? Because I'm not just a perennial bear. I'm not. I am bullish right now. I'm very bullish on Bitcoin right now. We're at an area. I got to eat a bite of deviled egg, guys. We're at an area where this is a buy zone. We're at a value area. We're at an area of support on the screen. We're on the week. We got the weekly 200 moving average supporting us right now. Guys, this price zone is an area to be bullish, in my opinion. Bullish forever? No, not bullish forever. Just bullish for the next wave. Okay, when that wave is complete, then you're going to have to go to range trading. So I want to warn you that range trading is coming. Okay, it's not, the next pump is not going to be a pump to 100, 200K. Okay, it's not going to do that. It's going to go up, but it's going to take a while, and then it's going to range, and it's going to collect liquidity in this area, and it's going to milk it for the next 6 months to a year. 3 to 6 months, 3 to 9 months, something like that. And then you'll get the follow through to the downside, maybe towards the end of the year or into next year. Or could take longer. So that's where we are. That's what the wave structure is saying to us, guys. Leading diag, followed by a 3-wave move. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Give me a 3-wave move, and then we go to the moon. Okay? So I want to see us get back down to this range right here. About 20 to 40K is my zone. 20 to 40. It could be a shallow retrace, but I need 3 waves. I need a shape there, and then consolidate a little bit, and let's go. But guys, what I've just drawn right there for you, what I just drew right here from there to there, that takes us into 2029. Okay, so that takes us to the end of the decade. That's the thing. We've got time. We've got all kinds of time. And if you need help navigating this zone, this wave, that's what I'm here to do on Sunday nights, and that's what I'm here to do in the Discord, to help you navigate it as day traders and whatnot. So if you need help with that, come to the Discord. You get daily analysis in the mornings on what the wave is looking like, and we'll keep track of it. That way you've got a keen eye for Elliott Wave structure, and I'll give you ideas every day as to what price might be doing. Doesn't mean I'm always right. I'm just going to offer ideas and understanding, from Elliott Wave structure, where price is going and what liquidity is looking like. So at least, and if you need to develop a trading strategy around those things, I've got an educational portion of my Discord where you can learn, or I've got mentorship where in a month you can develop a trading strategy and begin making money with the market. Okay, so if you need help, I'd love to help you. Jump on into the Discord. Okay. All right. With that said, let's get to the smaller time frame. This is the big time frame. That's what I'm looking for. I'm bullish, guys. I'm bullish for this wave, right? I'm bullish for this wave. Now, the beginning stages of that wave. So, I'm ready for some bullish price action. Now, is it coming? No. I think we're gonna get. I think there's a high likelihood we get a dump first. So let's talk about that dump. Let's look at the wave structure a little bit more carefully. And let's just kind of see where price might be going. All right, so this is a ending diag. We're looking at everything at 3 waves. So we got 3 to there, 3 to there. There's 3 to there. There's 3 to there, and now I need 3 down here. There it is, right there. That would be an ending diag. So let's see if that develops. It may or may not play. Right now we're at a stage where this is either going to play or it's not, right? So if this is 3, it's a really ugly 3, but boom, boom, and I want to see this kind of pick up some speed and come on down, and then finish, get everybody a little scared down here, and then boom, this is the area you really want to be thinking about buying. If you're not buying, it's spot holding, and just let that thing come on back up. Okay, and it may not come back straight up like that, but it could. It totally could. So that's an ending diag. If that plays, I don't know if that's going to play or not. What do you think, Max? You think it's a decent idea? I think it looks decent. So that's one idea for this wave structure. What else could we have going on? Well, we could have something a little bit a little bit more bullish than that. Rather than coming down to hit this low, which is a possibility, right? We could be heading up right now, okay? So in other words, we have a W, X, and a Y wave. You could look at that as 3, 3, and 3. Okay, so there you got an initial impulse, you got a 3-wave move, boom, and you got another impulse, 3-wave pullback, and now this is getting ready to go. And so we're in the stages of ramping up for bullishness now. So that's another point of view that could be at play. We may not hit this low again. Okay, we usually do, but we've come down. I talked about last week in my Discord, guys, that we hit the zone. We got bullish. We got bullish here, okay, in this zone. Why? I mean, and I talked to you guys about that last Sunday night charts. I talked to this very level. This is the 4-hour chart, and I marked this level right here, right there, the bottom of these candles right here. Boom. We came down and tagged it. Okay, impulsed up. We came down and tagged it. Now we've impulsed again. So the question is this going to roll over and take the low, boom, and then go? So take out liquidity down here and then go. Take out liquidity up here. Could. Or was this the liquidity grab right here? Boom. We're coming up, and this is now playing in the range, so it can work its way up and out of here to take the liquidity out of here. I don't know. I don't know the answer to that, but wave structure points. Wave structure points to both of those ideas equally. So which one's going to happen? Well, I kind of think, for bigger moves, they probably need to retest that low again to re-hit it. It all depends on what liquidity is doing right now. Where's the money? People coming in long, they got to shake them out first. Price often goes where you expect it to go, just not how you expect it. Okay. There it is. All right. So let's look at some other ideas. What else can we have going on here? Well, here's another idea for you. What if this is a WXY and we're not quite finished here? We got a W wave right there. Okay. Now the X wave is a flat, A, B, and a C to there. And now we're looking for the Y wave to come on down here. Now, in this count, we should not take this low. In other words, we're going to retest. We're going to retest this area. We could even take this low out. We should take this low out here, but we should respect this low. In other words, this comes down. Boom. Finishes. Then all of a sudden you've got 3 waves there. Then you got a flat here. Boom. And then you got another 3 waves. Oh, let me try that again. Boom. Like that. Respect this low, but take this low and then go up. So that's going to look very similar to that wave structure right there is another way to count these waves. However, it's going to look very, very similar to the ending diag that I drew. So which one is it? Are we going to take this low or are we not going to take the low? I don't know. I don't know the answer to that. But I've offered you 3 scenarios. But all 3 scenarios, here's what they all have in common, guys. They all take us up. Okay? They all take us to the upside. I'm bullish with this wave structure. That's bullish for me. Okay? I know it doesn't look very bullish, but for me, that is a bullish structure. That doesn't mean it won't go down first. In fact, I'm saying that that's a real possibility. We could come down, hit 56K, get everybody scared, and it'll wick it right back up and go on back up. Okay? So I think that's possible, but it doesn't mean it's necessary. Another possibility, again, coming down here, taking this low, but respecting this one, and then going back up. Both of them take us back up. Okay, and then the final count says, hey, Jim, you're not going to get that other hit. You've already got it. You already have a clean count here. You got a W, you got an X, and you got a Y right there. There's a 3-way pullback. You have an initial, you have an impulse, you got a 3-wave, and this is getting ready to go. Okay, this is just getting ready to start moving on up, and that's bullish. Every one of them. What's up, Cubs? What's up, dude? Good to see you, man. So every one of them take us up. So let it be known on this March 1st, 2026, that Jim of all trades, Jim Crypto Trade, is bullish. I am bull. This wave structure for me is bullish price action. So I'm personally looking for long setups more than I'm looking for short setups. Okay. In other words, I think we could go down and hit that low for sure, but I'm looking to take a long in those areas when we hit that low again. I'm going to be looking for setups, wave structure setups on the smaller time frame, on the 15-minute, on the 5-minute, that tell me, hey, it's time to think about entering long. We're in a low risk area. So, all right, there it is, guys. That's the way I think about the chart. I mean, that's as simple as it gets. I mean, really, that's where we are in the wave structure. So, which one did you like the best? Did you like the ending diag? Are you looking for an ending diag here? It's hard to predict ending diags. They take forever to develop, and there are 3 waves, and so they're so corrective looking. But they overlap with WXYs, and WXYs are hard to draw as well because they can be relatively simple like this, W, X, and a Y, or that X wave can be drawn out as a flat, and this could get a little bit more tricky like that, right? So that's what makes this challenging. So we won't know until price breaks. We won't know how to finally count that. But to me, this is as clear as the wave gets. To me, I've given 3 clear possibilities here, and all of them I like, and all of them are tradable, and they all overlap in some way. And they all say, hey, Jim, you need to really be thinking long here. You need to really be thinking long. Okay? So don't miss this one, guys. This is fourth option, the triangles. No, there ain't no triangle on this chart, man. There ain't no triangle on this chart. This is not. It's not a triangle. 4-star Michigan. Oh man, it's not. Triangles are very, very uncommon in the market. Now the market. I always say this: the market is triangular, but this ain't a triangle. Okay. So yeah, WXYs as they develop often look triangular. But this ain't a triangle, okay? All right, so I got everybody laughing at that, or at least one person mega clicking the laugh button. All right, so there it is, guys. What are we gonna get? It's a bear flag. No. It's. I mean, on the small time frame, yeah. I mean, yeah. It's a bull flag. This is a bullish structure, not a bear structure. Okay. What do I mean by that? Again, this is, I mean, technically you designer baby. Technically, yes, you could get another low, but it doesn't have. This could be a 1, 2, 1, 2, and that's not a bear flag at all. That's bullish, and that takes us up. Okay. But it resembles, as it's being created, it resembles consolidation for another hit to the low. It also resembles a triangle, right? So it resembles triangular structure, which would point down, right? All right. But more than anything, it's probably a W. It's probably more like the ending diag, like I mentioned, which is where the title came from. I really like the ending diag, but it needs to start. This needs to come down now, pretty much, for that count to be right. This needs to, from here, pretty much start coming down. If it doesn't, then I'm gonna probably abandon the ending diag. Let me just take a peek here at my XRP chart here. Okay. Either way, we come down, and it sets up for a big bullish move. So for me, again, this is very bullish. Even though we're getting ready to, we're going to probably hit this low or hit this low. Don't have to do either, but it looks like we may. But if this wants to just pump up out of here, that's fine too. Either way, this structure is not bearish for me. That is bullish. Mark it down. Okay, mark it down. All of these keep us in the general price range where we are and get bullish. Take us up to 80K easy. 80K is coming pretty easy, guys. I mean, in the very near future, you're going to see 80,000 Bitcoin again. Okay, that doesn't mean you can't see 56 Bitcoin first. Okay, you could. You could even see 50K Bitcoin first. It's possible. But at the end of the day, it's not going to take long for Bitcoin to get from the 50 to 56K range up to 80K easy. That's very simple to get to. Okay? More than likely, though, we're coming back up here to 95 or 100. How we get up there, a little bit of a different story. Probably take a little bit of the month of March to get up there, but yeah, I think that's where probably coming back up here for the A wave, and then we're gonna see that's where we're gonna range from 95 to wherever we bottom here. So let's just say 60 to 95. We're gonna be playing in this range for quite a while, up and down. Okay, so stick with the channel, guys. Just stay here, and I'll just keep you updated every week. And if you want daily updates, come on in the Discord. If you want a community of traders to hang out with, definitely would love to have you. You have a warm welcome. Come on in. Okay. All right. With that said, guys, there it is. There's the analysis. Only thing left to do is do a little correlation analysis. Let's look at XRP and Ethereum, and then we got to check in on silver, guys, because silver's pumping. Let's check in on silver here. Silver is looking fantastic. It's a nice rebound. I was screaming this is a buy zone right here, and so definitely if you bought in here, you're doing great in your trade right now. I think that's very, very likely. There's a couple of things that this structure could be. Number one way to look at it, this is your A wave, and this is setting up for some kind of B wave, right? And we're going to get C. So that's the bearish look. That then takes us up later, okay? That's the bearish look. Or the one I think it is, that's all the pullback you get. And this is just going to, small pullbacks here, and this is going to just start pumping again, more than likely. That's my take on silver. That's not a buy signal. Your buy signal was down here. I gave my Discord, buy signals down there. This is where they want to think about buying. But if you want to buy, but now is this? I mean, this is fine time as any to buy as long as you're going to stack and hold, and as long as you're prepared for it to go back down to 50 before it gets back up. But I see $500 silver in the future, but easily $200 silver. So let's start there. $200 silver is on the table and coming probably this year. I would imagine $200 silver is happening this year. That's my guess. Okay. So there's my take on silver. Let's see. Oh, okay. All right, Cubs. I like that idea too. I like that idea. So you kind of like the flat B wave, and actually it wouldn't be an ABC like this. That would be the. Come on. Sorry, guys. This would be A, B, C, and that would be the X wave of a W, X, and then a Y. Boom. And then I would expect. So this is the count Cubs likes. Now, I wouldn't see this as just an ABC, though it could be. And that might be the A wave. That might be the A wave of a much larger correction. So you get that, and then the shenanigans begin. And there's your B wave. Zoom out. It could take a lot longer than that, but let's just say that's what it is. And then you get C, or W, W, X, X, Y. Then to the moon. All right, let's see. Colson's asking, since XRP and BTC generally move together. Yeah, they do. And how do you explain XRP testing the 80 cents range? Yeah, great question. So if BTC, yeah, I am looking for that, 80 cents range. So what would that wave structure look like? Something like this, where this comes down here, boom, boom, boom. So this happens on the A wave of B's of Bitcoin's pullback. That would be an example where we fill this single print here. So we hit this low tonight. If BTC goes down, or in the next couple days, and then come back up here bullishly, boom, retest this zone, maybe respect that trend line a little bit, and then come on, or at least respect this trend line right there, and then come on back down again, hitting that 80 cents to 66 range. Okay, hope that helps you as far as correlation is concerned on the higher time frame. Great question. That's a great question. Love it. All right, so what's going on with XRP? Yeah, it's a good question. This right here is a bunch of trash right here. That is just nothing but trash. Nothing but trash. So how do you count this? I don't really have a count for this other than this looks very, very much like what's going on right here, which has us basically coming down. Boom. Probably something like that. So if we get that kind of move right there, that would correlate with Bitcoin's ending diag that I just shared with you. Okay, on the 4-hour chart, coming down. So this is kind of what I'm thinking. Let's come down, take this low, boom. Come on back up pretty bullishly. Much like that move there. Something like that. And then we'll roll over and come back down. All right. We got who is that? LG9, what do you say? Good evening, Jim. Could you please have a look at BTC? Last bull run started November 2022 with a log scale. The wave count changes, right? No, it doesn't. I number one, I don't use log scale. I refuse to use log scale. Log scale skews the look of the proportionality of the wave structure, in my opinion. And I don't ever use log scale. As an Elliott waver, log is not my friend. Yeah, Frost and Prechter, they're great guys. Well, I hold to a modified Elliott wave theory. I do not believe that the market moves in a how do you say it? I don't think this market holds to. I don't think Elliott wave theory is enough by itself to account for the wave structure that we see. We have to understand the wave structure through manipulation, and we have to understand the wave structure through liquidity. Okay, not through psychology of buying and selling. Okay. So please understand that. I actually look at I use Elliott Wave from a liquidity standpoint, not from a psychology of buying and selling standpoint, which is what it was designed for at the beginning. So I'm not a traditional Elliott Waver. Okay, I'm much more cynical as I look at the chart, much more cynical. So that's an underlying premise. Number two, I'm not a strict applier of Elliott Wave theory. In other words, I do know all the rules, okay? Though I haven't read Frost and Prechter's book completely. I've referenced it, and I know but I know the rules of Elliott Wave very well, and I apply them as much as I can. But I have a category of analysis called "It Is What It Is." Okay, and you'll often hear me call that is an "is what it is" wave. What I mean by that is, not always do you get a wave that is justifiable and understandable through a strict interpretation of Elliott wave theory. In other words, that you have to be a little bit loose on occasion when you have to. I try my best not to. I don't use this. I don't use the "is what it is" card often. I try to come up with other understandings, much more complex understandings of waves, WXYs and whatnot. But needless to say, it's not always a perfect science. And for me, experience and proportionality and general wave shape. Let me say it that way. Proportionality and general wave shape are much, much more important. And when you put the chart on log scale, you change the proportionality of the waves, which, in my opinion, handicaps your analysis of the wave. It actually makes it so that your analysis of the wave gets skewed because log scale skews the proportionality of the waves. Okay, that's my point. Now, when the chart becomes too big to be seen on one screen, that you may put it in log. But if I change this to log scale, all of a sudden, what is this crap? I mean, that's not even a standard wave structure that anybody's really ever seen. Okay, so in other words, this skews the proportionality. It doesn't even give me a normal wave that makes any sense. So I don't ever use log scale. This is a wave structure I've seen time and time again. I see the market do that all the time. To me, it's a diagonal. It makes it's very clear. I mean, to me, that's just as clear as it can be. Expanding diag. I mean, I don't even with a throw over. Okay, you got a bit of a throw over right here, which is what we love to see with a rejection. All I need to see is a pullback and another hit, and let's go. That's when I see this three-wave shape, proportional in time and price, okay, measured in fibs, okay, when I see a wave proportional in time and price, which to me, again, that drawing takes us to 2029 time frame, that's when Jim gets real bullish at the end of the decade into the next decade. Okay, so hope that helps you, LG9. I'm going to call you G9, okay? Because I don't know how to read your screen name. So I hope that helps you. That's at least my frame of reference. That doesn't mean you're wrong. It's just those are the parameters in which I look at the chart. That's the way I apply Elliott Wave theory. That's the way I've come to understand how this market moves. I'm not a strict interpretationalist as it sits. I do have a category for it just is what it is. I mean, let me give you an example of an is what it is wave. Okay. For instance, I challenge anybody. Okay, let's go to this move right here. How do you count this wave? Where do you start counting it? Because right here you have a three-wave move that took the top. So this should be a flat right there. If that's a flat, that's fine. Okay, what's this? Connecting wave? Okay, fine. Okay, what's it connecting to? An impulse? A three-wave? What is that? It's not proportional to this, so I wouldn't call that WXY, right? So this doesn't have a clear count. It doesn't have a clear understanding of what it is. It just is what it is. It is what it is. The overall price, the overall shape and proportionality of the wave, however, that's the point. you can make the case that, yeah, it's just five waves of C. Could be. But how are you looking at this? Because I know you're probably looking at this as 3 waves. I don't look at that as 3 waves. I look at, let me explain here. I'll just do it. I look at this as 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There's 5 waves in the third. And this is a 3-wave pullback. It's just a zigzag. But it started here where you had a hit to the high with 3 waves. But it just is what it is. And now this is a 3-wave pullback. You see what I'm saying? That's an example of it is what it is. Okay? Here's another example. Where, you were originally looking at this shape right in here, thinking, yeah, what do we got going on here? Well, we got, there's a flat. Let's go down. No, that's not a flat. I mean, it certainly could be. ABC looks like a flat, and here we go down. No, boom. It just is what it is. So at the end of the day, you got to say, well, the wave ended here, and it started here. And now you got a 1, 2. Now I challenge you to count this area as a 1, 2. How are you going to count that? I mean, I got some ways to count it. You got a 1, 2 down here. Well, look at that 1 real close. You go down there, it looks like a little flat in the number 1. So, you see what I'm saying here? That it's just not always clear, cut and dry. It's just not clear. And if you want a perfect count, you're just not going to find it. But if you just zoom out on the weekly chart, you got an overall shape. Yes, I can see 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and now I need 3. Whatever that's going to turn out to be, I need 3. In the process, I try to be as strict as possible in applying the rules and projecting what could happen and what might happen. But at the end of the day, it is what it is. I hope that helps you with understanding the way I apply Elliott Wave theory. I still find Elliott Wave theory very, 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 very helpful. I find it a great way to interpret the waves, but I have to do it in a nuanced way. I'm much more concerned with the wave shape overall in general, okay, the overall wave shape and the proportionality of that wave, which is why I do not use log scale, because log scale changes the proportionality of the waves. Hope that helps everybody else who was wondering why Jim is so against log scale. That's why. That is why. Okay, because it skews the proportionality of the wave. So my overall idea, I'm kind of thinking we're probably going to get some kind of little maybe hit down, maybe, and then rock it up, but we may not get that at all. It just depends on if the market makers are watching my live stream or not, whether they're going to change. Jim got it again, and we got to change our plan. Sometimes I feel that way, right? It couldn't be that I just got it wrong. All right, guys, there it is. That's the analysis on looking at the chart. Let's look at Ethereum real quick, see what's going on in the Ethereum chart. Okay, so yeah, I mean, what you've got here is you got an impulse off the bottom. You got a clear 3-wave move, at least what looks like a 3-wave move, and then you got an impulse 3-wave. So the question is, this getting ready to go? Is it getting ready to go? Is it going to play in this range for a bit before it goes? Could. So this looks bullish. It has a very bullish look to it. We could get real excited about bullish. We could also look at Ethereum and say, okay, it could be a little bit bearish as well. Let's talk about the bearish look. What would that be? Well, you've got 3 waves there. We're going to call this a flat. It's an ugly flat, but we're going to call that a flat there. And now we need 3 waves down here. You might already got it. Ethereum out of all looks more bullish than Bitcoin or XRP. Could this come down? Is this just 3 waves here like that? Oh yeah, that's a possibility, but that's a bearish look as well. So this could just be 3 waves like this. Boom, 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 right there, and then this is the beginning of the final wave for Ethereum. and then up we go. So it's up or down, guys. It really is. It's either do we hit this low and go or not. I've offered several ideas. Either way works. Okay. I've taken a peek at silver. I've looked at the S&P, looking for a little bit of some dumpage here. Probably on market open here. Probably market open in the morning. Going to see some bearishness because of the war, and then back up. So probably excuse to dump it and then pump it again. I would guess. So we'll see what happens. Guys, I like the idea of a short Sunday night charts. I mean, I've pretty much landed us right where we need to be. There's clarity in the chart. I'm bullish. Let it be known I'm bullish, but that doesn't mean we can't hit the low first. It doesn't mean we're going to hit the low. I tend to think we probably will. We got our 2 or 3 counts that take us down there. We'll have to see how it plays out tonight. Well, there it is, guys. I really, really enjoyed the banter. I hope that little educational session in the middle was helpful. Oh, let's see. Before I forget, Crit, let me look at USDT dominance. Take a peek at that, and then we'll call it a night. Sorry, I did see your thing as I was talking, and I got sidetracked. So let's look at USDT dominance. .D. There we go. Okay. Yeah, so it's the same structure, just opposite, right? So is this the top? Yeah, very much could be. This might need to come back up a little bit more one more time, and then boom, it's bearish. Okay, so this is definitely 3 wave-ish to me, and dominance is ready to fall. Okay, that tells me Bitcoin's ready to go up. So there's correlation there. USD dominance is ready to. Now, it may not do it quite like that because it might do something like this. And that's going to allow Bitcoin to finish. And this move right here in 2029, 2030, this move right there is when Bitcoin starts going to the moon. Maybe. And that would be a 3-way pullback. Boom. So, this can get a lot more complex over the next couple of years. But we are, that's a 3-wave shape. Ready to come down. But we got some playing room up here for shenanigans. See all that playing room right there? We got plenty of room to play around here. All right, guys, there it is. Thanks, Cubs, for the word there. Appreciate it. Love you guys. I hope y'all have a great night, and thanks for joining. I hope that helps you, Crit. I'll see you in the Discord, and let's see. Oh man, I'm gonna have to get Mr. Holland his chart as well. He asked for something quick. Very end. Let's see, what was Mr. Holland asking me for? Let me make sure I get it for him. Mr. Holland, where are you? There you go. No, not there. Not there. There it is. AAVE. He wanted me to look at AAVE. Let me take a peek at that for my buddy. All right. AAVE. I'm assuming it's on crypto. Unless you want me to look at, man. Yeah, see, I kind of think that this is play around. Let me get on a smaller time frame. This is where it's hard for me to predict the exact price action, right? But play around here. We could get a pump, a dump, pump, So structure like that, and it could still hit the low again to finish. So this is kind of where I think we are, playing around a bit before we hit the low one more time. And that would be a nice three-wave structure. Boom, boom, boom. Setting us up for something down the road. Now, let's look at AAVE just by itself. Euro next Amsterdam. I don't know. Let's just check that and see. Same thing, same chart. Yeah, same chart. Okay, so there it is. There it is. All right, guys, there's the live stream. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Take it easy. Have a good one. Bye-bye.